How's it going, everyone? Agent Shadow here with an advanced level Charge Blade guide to make you into the most GigaChad Charge Blade main out there. In today's video, we will be covering advanced movement and Wirebug tech, monster behavior in Rage mode, guard point countering and timing, and late game switch kill unlocks. But first, if you're new to Charge Blade, I recommend watching my beginner level video first. I'll leave a link here and also down in the description. Also, if you're new to the channel and love Monster Hunter Rise, be sure to subscribe and follow my Twitch for live sessions on Xbox, Switch, and PlayStation coming soon. Now let's hop into the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go over is advanced movement and positioning. As a Charge Blade user, we are always close and personal with the monster. That being the case, we have to learn to play around the monster, positioning ourselves to be able to deal the most damage. Note that this may mean giving yourself a little distance to observe monster patterns and counter. After all, you can't take a hit and do damage at the same time, right? Most, if not all, monster attacks have a tell, a moment of pause or an animation that tells you what they're about to do. Pay attention to these and learn what attack is coming next to set yourself up to counter. One thing to note here is that after taking a certain amount of damage, a monster will become enraged. This is usually signified by a roar. When enraged, the monster's attacks grow more relentless and deal more damage, with some monsters gaining access to entirely different movesets. In Monster Hunter World, there was an icon that would let you know when a monster was enraged, but has since been changed to only reflect active aggro and rise. You'll have to keep an eye out for this and be ready to adjust your position and counter and deal with an enraged monster. For advanced movement, I want to show you two things that will greatly help you position quickly and deal damage to the monster using Wirebugs. The first being the Morphing Advance, which zooms you in the intended direction and morphs your Charge Blade to axe mode. You can use this to quickly chase down a monster after it's knocked down or when it moves away from you. To perform this, press left trigger plus Y while your weapon is drawn with sword and shield mode or axe mode. Note that this move always ends in axe mode if you don't input a follow-up, of which there are a few. Pressing Y or right trigger will put you back into sword and shield mode. Note that from here you can input another Morphing Advance to cover large distances quickly. Pressing Y plus B will take you to the decision point where you can choose to charge your shield by pressing right trigger after, or loosen AED or UAED if you have charged shield. Finally, pressing B after the Morphing Advance will start the axe mode combo double swing. The Morphing Advance can be turned on a literal dime to change direction when following up with an AED or UAED. Master this and you'll be a god on the hunt. The next move involves an aerial technique with the Wirebugs to quickly reposition and get an awesome hit on the monster. This one requires that your weapon is put away, so use this attack as an opener when encountering a monster for the first time or engaging it after it runs away. Note that this does mount damage, which is signified by the purple marker here, which means it has a chance to put the monster into Wyvern Ride mode if enough mount damage has been done. To perform this, press left trigger plus Y. At the top of the jump, press B to suspend yourself on a Wirebug. Then press B again to jump from this point, extending it to the target. Press right trigger or Y to hit the monster in either sword and shield or axe mode. These inputs have to be done rather quickly, so make sure to practice. We talked about guard points in the last video. I explained what they were and how to use them. Today, I will get a little more specific. It's important to note here that guard points are always stronger than regular blocks, even without charged shield. You should always be going for the guard point if able. When landing a guard point, you can press Y plus B directly after to counter with AED or UAED from the decision point. I'll note that pulling this off may not always be possible if the knockback from the monster attack is too much, and if you counter with large moves like the AED or UAED with incorrect timing, you may be punished due to their long ending animations. Guard point counters are an advanced technique because you will need the required experience in the monster matchup to know which moves are able to be countered without being punished for it. Next, let's talk new switch skills. The first being the condensed spinning slash, aka the Savage Axe. This changes your charged sword mode for a charged axe mode that spins and deals a multi-hit on the monster while doing foul damage. To perform this, there are two ways. The first is the same as charging sword as we discussed in the last video. Press right trigger plus B, then hold Y until the axe starts spinning. The second method involves the Silkbind guard. When landing the guard, press Y to go into a Savage Axe slash. Note that this method deals mount damage. Also note the charge axe icon here. In order to land the multi-hit, you'll have to hold the Y button and B buttons respectively as the axe makes contact with the monster. See here how the axe comes down and performs a multi-hit. Pressing B will continue the combo, but be sure to hold B as the axe makes contacts on the hits here and here to continue the multi-hit. This can be looped by pressing Y after, but remember to hold Y while landing the multi-hit. This combo can also be ended with an AED or UAED by pressing B again after the double swing. It's important to note that the Savage Axe deals damage at the cost of one file, but if you're successful in landing all of the multi-hits on the double swing, you'll get a file for free. Savage Axe is a great way to deal tons of KO damage or elemental damage depending on the charge blade. But be aware that going into Sword and Shield mode or putting away your weapon will end Savage Axe mode and you'll need to start it up again. The next skill is the Counter Morph Slash. I love this move because it makes the active frames longer when switching from Sword and Shield mode to Axe mode and vice versa. Now how does this affect you? It means you have a greater window to land guard points when morphing, which again is done by pressing right trigger plus Y. You can see here how long the shield stays in front of you when morphing. This makes the animation longer of course, but makes it that much easier to time guard points. I noticed that the morph to Sword and Shield mode has a bit more active frames for guard points than Axe mode does, however. The last skill is called Axe Hopper, and man, you are going to love this one. This one sees your hunter slam down his weapon in Axe mode and use a Wirebug to spring into the air. While airborne, you can land aerial versions of the AED or UAED that's way stronger than normal. Note that this skill will replace your counter performance, and if switched, you won't be able to perform it until switching back at the item box under Change Switch skill. To perform Axe Hopper, press left trigger plus B, as if you were doing this with my guard. When airborne, you have 4 options. Pressing B will perform the aerial AED, while pressing Y plus B will do the UAED, both landing in Sword and Shield mode. Pressing Y will perform an Axe Slash and land you in Axe mode, while pressing right trigger will land a slash and land you in Sword and Shield mode. Be sure to aim correctly as this move can be hard to land. And that's it everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you can master all the tech from the last 2 videos, you'll be knocking down monsters and making sick clips of your own. But be sure to keep it fun and show others how it's done if they ask. If you're watching this after upload, then I'm currently streaming Rise. I'll leave a link in the description. Come and say hi. Till then, good luck and happy hunting.